Hello, welcome to episode 337 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Control-C and Control-V, or Command-C and Command-V if you're a Mac user, but Control-C is copy, Command-V is paste, and today's episode is about the fact that you can't cut and paste the world. Cutting and pasting messages, cold messages to people's emails, it can save time, absolutely, but it's a dangerous thing to do. And I was going to say that sounds a bit arrogant, doesn't it? Even I've fallen foul of this. I have fallen foul of this. You think you're being clever because I'm cutting and pasting messages. I'll just change it from James to Bob to Sue to whoever, blah, blah, blah. You think you're being clever. But if you're cutting and pasting things, particularly if you're going for this volume approach of attracting people to you, it's very easy to make a mistake. It's very easy to spot that you're not really connected with me. It's a bit of a bland, broad message. It doesn't really specialize to me. And most people don't like that. Most people send cut and paste messages because they think they're being clever. They think they're being efficient, saving time. And although they might not actively think this, they kind of think the buyer's a bit stupid. The buyer won't realize that I've just changed it from James to Susan on that email. But we do, ultimately. So the moral of the story today is you can't cut and paste the world. Control-C and Control-V, so copy and paste, or cut and paste, which is Control-X, Command-X. You can't cut and paste the world. You've got to put thought, effort, and actual and research into the messages that you're sending, the work that you're doing. Please don't fall into that trap of thinking you can be clever and be efficient by cutting and pasting everything, because you will come a cropper. Some people will email you back to complain. You might literally send an email to me. I'm called James, but call me Darren or something, because that was a previous one. You cut and paste the wrong thing, which is super obvious and just really embarrassing. And some people might actually reply to you and say, you've called me Darren, my name's James. Like, what the hell? So some people get really annoyed by it. You can't cut and paste the world. You have to put effort and thought and care into what you're doing. It's far better to focus on the value of your outreach, the value of your conversation you're having over the volume. Right, that's it for this episode. As I'm well aware that volume here is I'm on episode 336, 337. So I'm trying to do value and volume at the same time, quality and volume. You can decide if I'm managing to pull it off or not. But in tomorrow's episode 338, customer isn't always right. I really don't like that phrase. The customer's always right. They're not. The customer isn't always right. But there is something that they are always. And we have to focus on that if you want to succeed. So no, the customer's not always right. And we're not necessarily going to tell them right to their face. But there's something else where they are always in this position. And that's what we need to focus on. But I'll tell you about that in another fast-talking edition of the podcast tomorrow. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow.